recording on this computer. All right, we are recording. We're not live. Oh, there's Ross. All right, welcome everybody. Let's get this weekly community governance call started. Can you guys see the agenda in front?
Yep.
Awesome. Let's see. So every week, as you guys know, we do this weekly community call, same time, same Thursday, same date, same time on a weekly basis. If you guys are here, just do me a favor and put yourself on mute just to reduce the interference. My name is Fedez. I know it says Christopher. I'm using his account for today, but it's Fedez, Stephen here, and we will be going through this. First, let's start with any community introductions. Anybody that wants to introduce themselves that's new to this governance call. I know Tobias, Jason, I think Jason, you're new too. So if you want to introduce yourself, please feel free to. Otherwise, we'll move on to the introduction of some new team members. All right, so new team members. So we put up quite a few snapshots of potentially new contributor compensations. One of them is OX Jason. He's on the call now. If you don't mind, just give a quick background about yourself, kind of what you're interested in and what drew you to Yam in particular. Jason might be having some technical difficulties. Oh, here he goes.
Okay, hello. Hello everybody. My name is Jason, and currently I'm working in the Yam as a contributor. Currently I'm working as a contributor on finance development and updating Yam the finance website, which is there now. About my background, and I will let you know about my experience and background. And so I can say that I'm a first developer who is experienced in blockchain and web development. My main skills are React.js, Web3, Golang, Rust, and Solidity. I've worked on some blockchain teams like several blockchain teams like Phantom Foundation and extra. So what I want to make what I want value add to Yam team is first, I want to make a contribution in front-end development to the success of the Yam project, and I can see that there are several projects on Yam, and also if possible, I am willing to contribute in backend and smart contract development if possible. And for at the moment, what I have done for Yam is that I have already updated and fixed some issues for Yam.finance website. So in the future, I'm planning to update the Yam the finance website continuously, and there are still many things to update and add, I think. So what I'm going to do is that at the moment is currently working on Yam the website. That is mainly front-end box. And in the future, I'm going to start the Yam project, and I think that is very, very interesting. For example, degenerative and DAO House is very interesting project, I think. So I'm going to study that project, and that will help me to expertise the blockchain world and Ethereum world, and that's what I'm interested in the Yam, and I'm eager to contribute to this team as a success of the Yam project. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you, Jason. Thank you for joining us. We welcome you. Yeah, we are growing fairly aggressively, and there's a lot of things that we're currently working on, and we appreciate your help. And I love the background that you have in the space. Jeremy, if you don't mind, can you do an introduction and background and what drew you to Yam as well? Thank you.
Thanks, Fedez. Yeah, my name is Jeremy.
My background is in writing, marketing. I've actually written for other blockchain projects, Lastos included, worked on an NFT project with Wax. In terms of getting into crypto overall, it started in 2017, about middle of the year, and really just got to know a little bit about Bitcoin and Ethereum, and started to learn about all the other projects, and kind of been in the space ever since. And in terms of Yam, this is when the sort of the paradigm shift, I think, of DeFi started to happen. And me, including a lot of other people, got really excited about this project in terms of the fair launch, DAO, being able to use a lot of DeFi Legos in order to, be a real key cog in the ecosystem. So that really drew me in, all the farming, and then just getting to know all the community members and getting to know the team members, and just making an impact in terms of writing articles, kind of covering these calls, helping out in the marketing, and just kind of doing whatever I can to help the team and kind of help move, push this project forward. Because, without Yam, would you see branding like Pickle, Pancake Swap, all that stuff? That all happened because of this project. And it's just a real honor to be able to help out and to try to grow, Yam as much as I possibly can. So that's pretty much it.
Awesome. Thanks, Jeremy. Welcome on board. We're glad to have you as well. I know that you've been assisting marketing efforts since the very beginning of Yam. You have your own Telegram channel, your own Telegram chat, and it's not official just because we don't want to have too many outlets to control, but you do an awesome job there, and you always keep the community involved in that chat. So we appreciate you for that. All right, so Indigo, unfortunately, wasn't able to make it today, but we'll get him onto the next week's chat. He's been working with us on the marketing and website development as well. But I'll go over the contributor compensation proposals in just a minute. Past week in governance. All right, so what happened last week? There was a YIP 42, should degenerative finance list synthetic U-stonks? It passed. And basically, U-stonks, as you guys have probably heard, is the top 10 most talked about stocks on Wall Street Bets. So if you guys have been following the news lately, Wall Street Bets is the big talk of the town about trying to get GameStop, longing GameStop, and people making hundreds of millions of dollars off of it. And they have a lot of chatter on there, and we basically UMA designed a basket of stocks, 10 of the most talked about stocks, and we're making an index out of it. And more details can be read on the Snapshot and the forum post and the Medium post. What it came down to is that UMA designed it. Degenerative.finance is going to list it and maintain it, and have it as one of our synthetics that we promote and that we move forward as well. YIP 43, should YamDAO distribute more DApp mining rewards? This was created by Theo. Basically, he says that we want to give out more UMA rewards, increase the APY so that it's super, super generous. And he's, by reallocating some of the rewards from our DApp mining to the Yam treasury, we're basically giving about approximately 82% of the UMA rewards. So when you mint and stake UGAS or any of the new synthetics that are coming up, you will be getting a larger portion of the rewards. So please do it. It helps. And number one, makes you money. Number two, it helps with the market, the liquidity of the market. We do have actually quite a few people quite a few companies or projects that are interested in utilizing UGAS for their project. One of the issues that we keep coming up against is essentially the liquidity of the market. If somebody wants to buy 100 ETH worth of UGAS, it's right now currently difficult. But as we move forward and as we build degenerative, initiate our marketing campaigns, and just get the word out, we expect that the liquidity will build and projects will be able to utilize UGAS as a hedge for their projects. Rescue YAM token sent to a YAM token address. User mistakenly sent his YAM to the YAM token contract address. In order to rescue this and get the YAMs out of it, we do have to have a vote and then an on-chain proposal. So when you guys are sending YAMs around, please make sure that you're checking and double checking your address, because if you send it to the wrong address, fortunately this one we can control via on-chain governance. But if you send it to the wrong address, it's gone. So, you know, as far as just being extra careful and double checking. Snapshots are up on the snapshot page, so just please vote. There's actually quite a few, which I'll go into in just a second.
Hey, Fedis, Indigo just joined the call. If you want to introduce him.
Oh, okay, cool. Hey, Indigo, welcome. If you can introduce yourself, your background, kind of how you got involved with YAM, and what about YAM interests you the most?
Hey, yeah, this is Indigo. I'm a software engineer. I've been working for over maybe 4 or 5 years. I generally did like simulations with C++ and things like that. Lately, I've been moving more onto the web side, doing backend development, and I've been in crypto since I think like 2015 when I first saw a presentation on Ethereum, and I was hooked from there. So I finally got onto the development side, learning Solidity and whatnot. So, and about YAM, I started learning about DeFi around August or September when YAM was first getting big, and then it kind of died down, and then I realized you guys needed help, so I thought I might apply with you guys, you know. And so yeah, I'm happy to be here. I think degenerative is just an amazing, so much potential there, and Umbrella too. Like, there's just so much synergy that we can work on, and I'm just hopeful for the future.
Awesome, welcome, welcome to the team. We are very glad to have you. We do have a lot of things going on, as you guys have seen and heard, and you know, we definitely need the help to basically make all this stuff happen. All right, so let's move on to the on-chain voting proposals. Nate, if you can do a quick rundown.
Hey, yeah. So currently on-chain proposal for funding Yam House. We passed a snapshot a few weeks back, and it came out to $1 million. Also switching the UMA liquidity mining we're doing from UGAS Feb over to UGAS March, and paying out the first batch of UGAS mining rewards. So go vote. The voting will end this evening, later today. And it will be executed tomorrow.
All right, and next up in the queue is going to be the 30K YAM General Expense Fund multi-sig.
Yep.
Awesome. So yeah, in order to pass these things, we do have to have on-chain proposals. This is part of the decentralization of YAM. Which is really a benefit. It does require more work. Every single one of these proposals needs to be written, double check, and then put together and put on chain to get passed. So it does require a bit more work, but ultimately the point of it is that this is a DAO, and US token holders out there, you control what happens by voting. So if you don't want something to be done, or if you want something to be done, you can talk to us. You can vote on it. It's basically you guys are in control.
Also, I just checked, and it looks like we are past quorum on this, so should be all set.
Perfect. So past quorum, but you guys are still welcome to vote. And moving on, any questions as far as past week in governance and on-chain voting proposals before I move on? All right, so snapshot voting proposals that are up now. Contributor compensation, we've talked about these already in the past, but just Go on there and vote yay or nay for each of these contributors. It does show you kind of what they're working on, what their compensation is. Again, this is a DAO, so you guys are in charge. Yam House purchase of coin shares, gold, and crypto assets index called CGI. So this is something that just recently I've been working on, is a kind of a collaboration with coin shares. They have a new index coming out in the next week or so. And it's the gold and crypto assets index. It's pretty cool. So CoinShares first is Europe's largest digital asset manager with over 2.9 billion assets under management. And they do like the Bitcoin-backed exchange traded products, kind of like if you're in the US, that's what Grayscale does. And CoinShare does it for Europe. So the product that they have that they're making specifically for Ethereum, where you can trade this CGI, it's the same as the idea behind DeFi Pulse Index, DPI, which you might have heard of, but it's a basket of three different ERC20 tokens. One is Bitcoin, one is Ethereum, and one is gold. Is EDGLD. So it's like a digital gold that's held in Swiss vaults. So it's the Ethereum token representation of gold. So kind of cool. And then what they do is they manage the fund and balance it based on volatility. So if what the purpose is to be able to gain exposure to crypto assets, but at the same time reduce the volatility of the crypto assets so that it's not going up and down like crazy by using gold. So the cool thing about this, and the reason why I'm super excited about it, is because this kind of product is something that brings in the masses. There are millions and billions, probably trillions of dollars sitting on the side that are looking for exposure to crypto, but they don't want the volatility. It's not your own personal portfolio. A lot of these places manage portfolios for like big investment. Sure, I forgot the name, but basically they manage money for like the teachers union, the police union. They have billions of dollars, and they hear about crypto, they hear about Bitcoin, they hear about Tesla buying Bitcoin, they hear MicroStrategy's buying Bitcoin, but they don't want that volatility. They're still like, no, this is not going to work because we're not looking for crazy 300% gains in a week. We're looking for 20, 30, 40% gains over a year. And these products is going to bring the masses into crypto. And I used to be in wealth management, and I just know how much money gets thrown into these things because they know that it's fairly safe. So it's a really cool thing. And the reason why I propose this to be put into Yam House is because DAOs have the same type of investment strategy that like teachers unions and stuff like that, that they have the same kind of outlook, and they don't want the extreme volatility. If your treasury swings 200% every week, that's not good. It's very hard for you to manage and pay people when your token goes up and down like crazy. So one of the thing that we're going to try to do is with DAO House, which is rebranded from the Yam YDS. You guys probably know YDS. We rebranded it to DAO House to be an overarching structure for multiple mini DAO treasury managements. So right now, the one that we have is obviously called Yam House, and that will be managed by Krugman. And the same thing that we've been doing with YDS. But eventually, our goal is to be able to offer what we're doing with Yam House to other DAOs. And one of the things that we're going to be able to use is this CGI index that's lower in volatility, but you're still exposed, and you can buy it anywhere on Ethereum. It's going to be a token. so you can, trade it, you can buy it, you can sell it. Really, really cool. Just my personal opinion of it. I'm super excited about it. But take a look at the forum post and then the snapshot. I put it up. It expires it finalizes on next Monday. So it's got plenty of time for you guys to look over it. If you guys don't like it, please feel free to let me know. If you don't think it fits in with what we're doing with Yam House, DAO House, let me know. That's definitely, feedback is welcome. All right. So any questions on upcoming governance? Very cool. Degenerative.finance, we are starting work on a V2 website. V1 got us to where we are now. It's done a great job, but there needs to be some improvements. We've heard the feedback from the community, and we are currently working on it. With all these new onboarded developers, this will make it go much smoother. New synths. I've gone over this pretty much last week as well. But basically, stonks, which we just approved to be listed. Once the UMA deploys the contracts, we're going to be listing it onto our interface, degenerative.finance. It is probably going to be, they've got to vote on it and do their own governance things to get it deployed, but it should be fairly shortly. Of course, we'll let everybody know via a Medium post. UVol Bitcoin, UVol BTC Vol. We're looking at the end of month deployment. Right now, Sybil Queen is working on this, and he is going to be able to get this deployed hopefully by the end of the month. Here's a Medium post on it and the details behind it. It basically is a token, a synthetic that tracks the BTC volatility. It's pretty cool. And then APY Vision is working on their own impermanent loss synthetic. One of the things that we are doing is that we are planning to move to a quarterly expiration for some of these synthetics, such as UGAS. Potentially, we're evaluating it right now. We're putting together the UMIPS proposals to get UMA to approve it. Essentially, the reason why we're doing that is because the volatility, the liquidity between UGAS February, March, and potentially April, when we have multiple contracts for multiple months, people fragment the liquidity. So some people will put in liquidity in February, some will put it in March, and some people will put it in April. And it makes a market, if there's not enough liquidity in the market, you can't trade it. If you try to buy it, the slippage might be 5% on, $5,000, which doesn't allow big players to come into the space like the people that we're talking to. So if we combine all three months of contracts into 1 month, the goal is to be able to put liquidity in it and just kind of add it all up together so that it's bigger, so that big players can come in. Not only that, it will allow people to mint an LP for a longer period of time. So if you're just in it for the rewards that Theo has so graciously increased, if you're just in it for the rewards, you can mint and stake, and it will be for a longer period of time, so you can get more rewards without having to move your liquidity every month. So this is a work in progress. We will let you guys know more about it as it's moving forward. But we are working on current issues. Anything that we find, we are working on. In addition, Ross is working on a Yam UMIP to make Yam a collateral asset. Which Ross, if you don't mind, if you can go into.
Sure. And I will just touch on the quarterly expiry for UGAS. Theo has submitted a pull request for that to UMA, so that is moving along and should be discussed, I think, in next Monday's call. And then regarding the different UMIPs for Yam Collateral, Yam as collateral was essentially approved in the governance call on Monday, and it's getting voted on tomorrow. So assuming it passes, and I don't really see any reason why it wouldn't, it will be approved. And then the next step is getting the different price identifiers in for Yam ETH and Yam USD. And there are still a few little things that need to get worked out with querying from Sushi Swap and whatnot. So that's in progress. And then the last part is to do a similar process using ETH-YAM SLP tokens, so the Sushi pool tokens, and creating those as a collateral type and getting a price feed for those as well, so that those can be used just like you could use YAM or ETH in contracts. So that's pretty cool because it means that you can provide liquidity and also mint cents from it. So that'll be awesome when we get that. So that's all coming up and in process.
Awesome. Thanks, Ross. Thanks for heading this up. Really cool stuff, in my opinion. The reason why it's going to be very beneficial for Yam is that it will unlock the value that's within Yam token. If you want to hold Yam, but you don't want to, you want to be able to access some of the value of the token without selling it, you can, one of the first synths that we're probably going to do is a stable coin synth using Yam as a collateral. So if you put up 10,000 US dollars worth of Yam and collateralize it, you can mint maybe $2,000-3,000 worth of the stable coin, which you can use. And then once the contract expires or however it works, it will get paid off with your Yam, and then you can buy, you can basically unlock the value of it. Even better is if you can unlock the value of the SLP tokens. So those SLP tokens are what you put into the farm to farm Yam, but you can also potentially unlock the value of it. So really cool stuff. It's going to be great value driver for Yam and degenerative finance. As we move forward with the updates, we are working on the 30-day median gas average price for dashboard, additional tools, and user current position page. We'll be updating you guys on how we're going to roll these out along with V2. It might be in pieces or it might be all at once with V2. So when we figure it out, we'll let you know. Umbrella protocol update. Contract audit is still in process. There are some really cool things coming up with this umbrella protocol with smart contract insurance. You can use it for not only smart contracts, but you can actually use it for anything. If you wanted to predict if there will be aliens that will invade Earth, you can actually make, anybody can make this contract, this insurance. So it's a very composable piece of DeFi. Of course, obviously, the protocol itself is composable, but what we will be doing is we'll be building the interface and building in smart contracts pools for insurance, so that we'll basically be starting it off and making sure that it works well and makes money. And then if anybody else wants to build on top of it, they can also build on top of it. So Treasury is looking good. Treasury is up to 6.29 million. And that's not including additional Sushi vested. So what we've been doing with the Treasury, as you know, has been farming, investing, et cetera, et cetera. What we're planning on doing with Yam House is what we've been doing with the Treasury. If you remember the rebase, I think approximately funded the Treasury with about 2.5 million. So since token holders, Yam holders, the initial Yam holders that were around during the rebase, positive rebases, we appreciate it. I was one of them. We funded the Treasury with about 2.5. After everything that we've been doing, paying contributors, using some of the Treasury for this or that, and investing, the Treasury's up by a lot, over twice twice is 200% gain. So what we're doing is working. What our plans and what we're working on is making money. And we're doing it with the Treasury. We're going to do it with Umbrella. We're going to do it with Degenerative as well. All right, so I've probably talked enough and you're tired of listening to me. So I will turn it over to the media marketing team, Bruce, designer, and Nonstop Theo. Bruce, if you want to get us started.
Hey everybody, it's Bruce. On Degenerative, we're working on an awareness campaign around the use songs and Yuval BTC. Jeremy and I are working on a pair of Medium articles that will drop. Maybe one tomorrow, maybe one on Monday, followed by some tweet threads. And also we want to promote the higher APY, the new 82% of all UMO rewards. So we're going to work on a campaign around this as well. We're also working on a how-to campaign. We have this Degenerative user guide that came out earlier this week. Chris is working on some awesome videos, like a video how-to on how to use Degenerative. That should come out very, very soon. And also, we at heart, we want to really simplify our Degenerative UI, make it easier to use, simpler to use for, for all users. So we're doing a design process behind the scenes on like how to simplify our website, while at the same time in like onboarding use songs and Yuval BTC. Hopefully we'll have an update on this sometime next week. The UGAS local competition, we are doing an internal voting round right now with the Yammers and the internal team. After this round, we're going to go to like 2 community round votes. Hopefully we can start that tomorrow, if the voting ends on time. Chris, Theo, do you guys want to talk about the dashboard stuff and aggregator stuff? Oh, and I see Bloku is on the call too. We're working on a secret project with Bloku-chan. I don't think we're ready to talk about it yet, but it's very, very cool and very exciting. And I can't wait to share more information once we have it.
Yeah, so I'm not sure there's too much to say about the aggregator and those things. But the one thing I wanted to highlight is that on the kind of investor marketing side, which is something we don't actively do because we're not in fundraising mode or anything, but there was a kind of research brief on Yam DAO published by Delphi Digital earlier this week. It's behind a paywall, so if you're a Delphi Digital subscriber, you will have access. If not, then you have to wait a couple more days until it will be repackaged into a Twitter thread. But it's really positive to see that investors and the investor community is picking up on all the positive developments that are happening at Yam. So everything we're doing is getting noticed, and yeah, it's definitely very, very positive.
Jim, did
Jim,
you
want to share anything?
It's just a heavy focus right now on Degenerative. It's like the airport right now in the marketing department. The planes are just lined up and ready to take off. So we're taxiing them down the runway and letting them fly as soon as we can. I think the marketing team is just all of a sudden, it just exploded in terms of manpower or people power. And I'm really excited about all of the people that are coming in and starting to form various teams. I feel the synergy is starting to ramp up. So we're going to be able to accelerate our launch off of the tarmac here. And I expect that to ramp up quite a bit. So other than that, I think just the general overview is about all I have to add.
Awesome. Thank you, Jim, Bruce, and Theo. Anything you'd like to add, Bruce?
No, that's great.
All right, awesome work. We are pumping out quite a few things. Everything does require lots of work, lots of eyeballs, but it's coming along very, very nicely. And it's all thanks to the team, everybody putting in their piece and working together. And it's interesting. I come from a background of more structured company type of environment where usually I'm the boss. But in this case, in this DAO and Yam, I feel honored to be here and to be in front of you guys to work with the team because everybody's super passionate about what they do. Not only that, the community out there is really the driver behind this. I watched Yam when it first launched to where it is now, and I've seen people come and go from the community. But there's a core group of people, community members that are just in this to win it. And I'm honored to be working with you guys and to be here making sure that we get what we need to get done to make Yam a success. So with that being said, is there any community questions on what we covered today? Any comments that anybody would like to make?
Yeah, just one from me. I'm going to be building the dashboard for the June analytics, and I'll only really have time off work at the end of this month, so the last week of February. So that's just giving an update there.
Awesome work. Can you introduce yourself to everybody?
Sure. It's the name's Jono. My Discord handles the VDM1. I already spoke with Nonstop Theo about building the dashboard with Helga on one of the Discord groups. But yeah, I've been on one of the calls before as well.
Awesome. Welcome. We appreciate it. That's the cool thing about the Yam project as a whole. It's each community member can. Sorry. Each community member can assist and help. If you find that you want to do something, you can go ahead and do it, and we will figure it out and make sure that if it's useful, the Yam would like to make sure that you get compensated for it. Anybody else like to add questions or comments?
Ice cream, Fettis. Ice cream.
That's exactly what my wife just said. All right, well, great. Thank you guys for attending. This call will be up on YouTube after I figure out how to do it. So hopefully within the next 30 minutes. It could be a couple of days, but we'll get it going. And thank you guys for attending. Is there anything anybody would like to add?
All good.
All right, thank you, folks. Have a good day, and we'll be seeing you next week. Same time, same ugly channel.
All right.
Thanks,
See you
guys.
Have a good day.
Talk to you later.
Thanks, guys. Bye.